Hey everybody, this is Kat Harvey, the owner of Fly Level, the clothing line where we bring out the flyness in other people. I definitely wanted to thank you guys for watching our YouTube channel, but most importantly, we had to celebrate the mothers and special women in our life for Mother's Day. I think it's important to give women and the people who we love their roses while we can still smell them. So this is the first of many Mother's Days project to come for Fly Level. We are more than just a brand. We are a lifestyle. Thank you guys and stay tuned.
Hello guys, my name is Sydney. I'm 26 years old. I'm currently a stylist. Hashtag SlayerSyd at SlayerSyd on IG _. I have a 5-year-old daughter, Corey, and I'm also expecting at the end of June.
So tell us, what's the hardest part of being a mom?
The hardest part about being a mom is when things get really rough, you have to kind of keep going, and it does get hard because you got somebody looking at you, and it's like no matter what, you can't give up. You can't just decide that you don't want to do something one day because you have someone little looking up to you and looking forward to you to be able to come through for them.
Do you think people should wait till they get married to have kids, or do you think people should have their money right before they have kids?
Kind of both. It seems like you should wait till you get married because, you can always count on your partner to be able to be there with you. Financially, it always never feels right. You always can be like, oh, I could buy a house or I could get another car. It never financially feels right almost that you can be like, well, being a young mom, to me, you never financially feel prepared to be able to have care for a child. You can do it. But it's like, dang, I could buy another house. I could buy another car. I could do this before I have the kid. So maybe marriage is easier to say, but yeah.
Were you nervous?
Very nervous when I found out I was having a child. I'm like, dad, what am I going to do? How am I going to take care of the baby? Of course I could take care of myself. I was already very independent and doing hair. So it was kind of like, dad, I'm going to have another little person that I got to look after though, take care of, have to nurture all the time. So it's very nervous.
So, a lot of people tend to use their kids as an excuse as to why they can't do something. How did you not let your first daughter, and I mean, even now you're pregnant, I'm sure there's days you don't feel like getting up.
Yeah.
How do you not let that be an excuse for doing goals for yourself?
That's the great thing about having a kid. You look at them and you want to be strong for them. It makes me better, personally. When I see my child, I want to do better. I want to be able to give her things, teach her to never give up. Just like my mom told me. She told me to be independent, never give up, always strive for my dreams. So when I had my daughter, it seemed like I flourished in my career, actually more than I ever did. I started promoting myself more, getting out there more. I started taking steps that I was lazy when it was just me. But once it became me and her, it's like, okay, I got to do this. I got to take myself to the next level.
Okay. So, any advice for future moms?
For future moms, I would just say, don't get discouraged. Always continuously pray. Pray. That's like the main thing to do. For me, personally, if stuff get hard, just keep going. You got to remember, you got your little one watching you, and you can't give up. Because if you give up, who are they going to be able to depend on? As a mom, your kid generally depends on you. Dads are important too, but as a mom, and especially I have a daughter, I know my daughter really depends on me on a daily. So that's my motivation, to not give up on my dreams and what I have to do in life.
Now we see you're stylish today. Got your hair done, and makeup, and
Yes.
earrings. So how do you discipline as far as, giving your daughter, the things she needs and wants between like the yeses and no? How do you discipline that? 'Cause a lot of moms, they tend to go overboard.
Yes. So typically I'm an overboard type of mom. So I'm going to go ahead and make that a confession. I'm very much an overboard type of mom. And sometimes my daughter doesn't even need things, but I'm like a yes mom. Like, oh, okay, you can get this. Oh, okay, you can get that. So sometimes I find myself just saying no, just to discipline her. But that's what also makes me go hard, because I always want it to be a yes. I like things and I like nice things. So I always work super hard because I know I like nice things. I want my daughter to have nice things. So I make sure that financially I do what I need to do. But sometimes I do have to say no, just because I don't want her to be that spoiled kid that always thinks it's going to be a yes. It got to be a no in there somewhere, just for some leverage. So when things do get rough, or when she can't have things, it's not an issue. She already knows what to expect. That sometimes she get things and sometimes she doesn't.
Would you do anything over differently?
I would. What I did literally say that I would have waited to have a kid till I got older. When I had my daughter, I was only 20 years old. Going on 21, you know, I still lived at home. I wasn't exactly in the space and the place that I wanted to be in life. But now going back, it's like I'm 26 and I'm expecting another child, and I'm in a better position than what I was before. So it's like my kids are kind of growing with me. We're growing up together, and I don't mind that. We're growing and we're learning together. I'm not a know-it-all. I take advice from other moms and older people, so I wouldn't do it again. At first, I felt like, dang, I could have waited. I could have did this, but going back now, it's like I wouldn't change anything.
Okay. Last two questions. Did your body take a long time to heal and for you to feel like yourself again?
Yes. With my first daughter, Corey, my body took a long time. You know, I went through stages of sadness because it was like hard for me to like lose weight because I gained a lot of weight with her. She was a big baby. She was almost 9 pounds. So just getting back into myself and being me and balancing basically being a mom and still being able to keep myself up and take care of myself. That's was something that I really had to like learn, you know, work, get what she needs to do and where she needs to go, and also still take care of myself. So I'm not walking around looking crazy. So it took me a little longer than I thought. I thought I was just going to bounce back after a child, and I didn't. So hopefully this time around, I feel more experienced. I feel good. And, you know, I'm going to definitely try to take another course as far as eating healthier and just, you know, better lifestyle.
Okay. Last question. What do you think about the whole 30s thing? Like a lot of women, they feel pressure to have a baby before they're 30 and, you know, the whole story.
Yeah, about the 30s thing, I kind of understand. Me now only being 26, I can't really understand a 30-year-old and being in that position. But it's like, I like being young with my kid because, you know, I have a lot of energy to do things. You know, I have the energy. I have the patience more so. 30 is nothing wrong with having a kid at 30. I typically don't know, but, you know, maybe it's a little harder because it's like, then once you turn 40, your kid is like 10, you're 50, your kid is 20. So that's not bad. But, yeah, I don't think it's like a thing anymore where you should have to wait until you're 30 or 30 and over to have a kid necessarily. I just want to say thank you to Fly Level for honoring me on this day and allowing me to speak about being a mom because that means a lot to me. Again, I'm a stylist. On Instagram, you can find me at SlayerSid _ DMV's hair braider. Thank you for the opportunity at Fly Level on IG and enjoy, guys.
Hello, I'm Tynika. I'm 33 years old and I have one daughter, 5 years old. And I like to cook and just be a mom.
Okay. So, what was the number one thing? I'm
sorry.
No, we're going to keep all that, right? This is extra footage. So, you're here now on a Sunday with, you know, your daughter not here. So, what's the number one thing that you took away from seeing your mom and dad raise you, you know, as far as you pouring into Paris now?
Girl, because I was disciplined. They never say no to me. So that's a hard question to answer.
Were you nervous during your pregnancy?
Yes, I was very nervous. I was one of those ones who always said I was never going to have any kids. You know, growing up the only child, I wasn't used to other kids around, so I was very nervous. I didn't have a clue of what I was doing at all. Didn't know how to change my pamper, didn't know how to make a bottle, anything.
So, do you think that there's a book or anything that you have to read to get you prepared for motherhood, or is this one thing you have to just kind of just experience on your own?
Just something you have to experience on your own and just go with the flow and get pointers from your grandmother, mother, aunts, everybody in the family. Just come in and help out.
So, you know, a lot of people now, you know, they got these 1-800 numbers you can call if beat your kids too hard. How do you discipline your child? And do you have any advice for any moms out there, like the kids, to like, you know, they have these temper tantrums and things like that?
Yeah, it's very hard to discipline now. You can't really discipline your kid without someone trying to call and say that you're abusing them. So I just take her favorite things away, like her tablet, and make her not watch TV when she get home, and then she'll straighten up. For about a week, it'll work, and then she'll go back to normal, and then it'll just do it all over again.
So what have you taught your daughter about failure?
I just tell her, like, don't ever give up. Stop saying no. Stop saying she can't do anything. Stop following people. Like, just be a leader.
About affirmations, like, is there anything that you read to her for her to tell herself, like prayer? Do you like say I'm pretty in the mirror? Like, what is it
I
that
definitely tell her she's pretty all the time. Sometimes she'll go to school with her natural bush out, and she'll come home and say that the kids were making fun of her. And I always tell her that she's beautiful. Don't mind what they say. They're just mad because your hair is really pretty, and they wish their hair was like that.
Okay. So what about including your child with what you're doing? Like, you're passionate about cooking. So do you have parents around while you're trying to cook and kind of show her, like, hey, you know, mommy's doing this and doing that?
Yeah, she's always in the kitchen with me. She'll bring her step stool up. I'll have her, you know, scramble the eggs in the bowl or mix the cake mix. You know, I always have her involved. That's our bonding time that we have together.
So do you believe in the 30s thing? Do you think you should wait till you're 30 and over to have a kid? Or do you think you should have your money right first and then have a kid? Or to get married?
Based on experience, I feel like you definitely should have your money right before having a kid, because it's definitely not cheap. But, I mean, you can make sacrifices. You can make it work. You don't need a lot of money to raise a child. You know, you just have to discipline yourself.
And what's the hardest part of being a mom?
The sacrifices, you know, stuff that you used to do, you really can't do anymore. You don't really have too much time to yourself.
And then your pregnancy, was it good? Was it bad? What was your experience when you were pregnant?
My pregnancy was actually really easy. I didn't suffer from morning sickness. I've been full-term, natural birth, no epidural, anything. It was really easy. So if I was to have another one, I wouldn't be scared.
So do you have any tattoos?
No tattoos.
So how were you able to have a natural birth? I'm confused.
I have a high tolerance for pain.
Okay.
And I really don't like to take medicine. So I'll try to deal with pain as much as possible before I have to take anything. I try to do everything the natural way.
Do you have any advice for young moms? Like, a lot of times, you know, these young people, they think that kids are toys, you know, and they're not. So is there any advice for them as far as, like, not thinking motherhood is so glamorous as, you know, TV and social media claims that it is? That it's a full-time job and it doesn't stop at 18 or high school? What are your thoughts about that?
I mean, it's definitely a full-time job, but you definitely cannot depend on anyone. You have to make things work and keep pushing. It's okay if you don't have all the nice things. You can still look nice in a cheaper way. All right, thank you, Fly Level, for honoring me, for doing this Mother's Day edition. I really appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Garcia Harvey. I'm a senior hairstylist at Phoenix Salon Suite, Rhode Island Avenue Road, and I am a 65-year-old blessed.
Okay, so what's the hardest part of being a mom?
The hardest part of being a mom is raising the kid by myself and give all my quality time as far as working.
Okay. So were you excited about being a mom, or were you nervous?
I was scared, but after I started praying, I got excited with being a mom and do the best I can and having no fear. Just do what I need to do.
So do you have any advice for any young moms or future moms?
Yes, I have advice of being a single mom is do not be afraid to do anything. Think on the positive side and keep calling Jesus and everything. You can't go wrong. How I feel about discipline is a must. So that way you learn and be able to discipline yourself and know how to do the right thing and be happy and peace within yourself.
What's the best part of being a mom?
The best part of being a mom is feel a lot of joy and love and peace within yourself so you can love others and show them how to love.
Okay. How did you not let your children be an excuse for you being a successful hairstylist?
The best way of not being distracted and being mom is to keep your emotion out of it. Certify a client, you keep your business and personal separate at all times, and keep praying and God will guide you every step of the way.
Now, you had us at an older age, so so do you recommend that women should wait till after they're 30 and established, or do you think women should have their kids young?
I feel age don't have anything to do it. It depends on your maturity. It depends on your career being established first, and it also depends on your growth of learning different things in life, so you can be able to guide your children in the right direction. It's important to travel so you can appreciate life and protect yourself as well.
And what about education? How is it important for your children to have education, not only school, but about themselves and where they come from and things like that?
I think education is very important because it gives you confidence, it gives you high self-esteem. When you know what you know, you know what you know, and you just keep going and keep on being your own sunshine and be you and do you what God put you on this earth to do, to live with purpose and be satisfied with what you're doing and love what you do so you can accelerate greatness in life. Thank you, Fly Level, for honoring me. That all you can do is fly and be the great of what you can do in life.
I want to thank the mothers for sharing this story today, along with Rakeem for doing an amazing job shooting this video so that we can share it with you guys. Make sure you guys head over to flylevelshop.com to shop all our new arrivals and merchandise for you and your family, and definitely learn more about our brand and what we're doing in the community. Hope you guys have a great Mother's Day.